Okay, welcome everyone. Welcome to this yoga class for the afternoon. It's afternoon when we tape this, but you can do this in the morning as well or in the evening. But I want to do a session standing today because we've probably been sitting behind the computer for already a couple of hours. So just come and stand, put your chair away, make sure that you've got some space around you to move, and just to start, with your feet a bit wider than your hips, your knees slightly bent, your shoulders relaxed, and you can close your eyes for a moment and just take a couple of nice deep inhales through the nose, breathing into all corners of your ribcage, and on an exhale, just exhale through the mouth. And maybe you can do it with your hands. You can bring your hands wider, and on an exhale, you can bring your hands together again and make a fist of the top hands and bring your hands towards your diaphragm. And on an inhale, release again. Bring your hands a bit wider. Maybe you can bend your knees slightly and exhale, straighten your legs again. Tilt your pelvic, bring your hands up to your diaphragm and inhale. You bend your knees slightly, breathe into the lower back and exhale. And just listen to the sound of your breath. Breathe in. And exhale. Inhale one more time. Exhale. All right, so let's bend the knees. Inhale, take your hands up. And on an exhale, we're going to stand again. Inhale, bend your knees, sit deep, take your hands up, pull your navel in. Exhale, tilt your pelvic, it's like activating your core, just hands next to your body. Sit deep. Inhale every time a little bit deeper. And exhale, stand up. One more time then. Breathe in. And on the next, we're going to stay here. Sit a little bit deeper. Now, if you look at your legs, and your feet are maybe wider than your hips, you can try to actively press those legs out. Keep pulling the navel in slightly. Maybe you can bring your hands forward like this, maybe a little bit higher. Come and sit a little bit deeper. We'll just start to feel a little bit of a burn in those legs. Breathe in one more time. And on the exhale, hands together in front and just bend forwards. And with your knees slightly bent, we're going to stay here and just swing from the left to the right. Maybe you can start looking to the right side of your mat, to the left side. And just listen to the sound of your breath. Feel that stretch on the back of your legs, your lower back. You can make some circles with your head, make some yes or no kind of movements to free your neck. Relax your jaws, your lips, your tongue. And let's stay here in this forward bend. And let's place the left fingers in front of the left foot again. So we bend the left knee, place the left fingers in front, straighten the right leg, bring your chest a little bit further forward, and then take your right shoulder up. Maybe your right hand can rest on the back of your hip or lower back, where your buttocks is. Maybe you can pull your navel in slightly, open up your chest, look past your right shoulder to the ceiling, and take your right hand up. Keep the left knee bent as leaning into the left foot, you can straighten the right leg a little bit more. Point your fingers to the ceiling, breathe in, and exhale. Switch sides, inhale, straighten the left leg, right knee stays bent. Stay here a little bit longer, just keep in and exhaling. Feel that stretch on the back of your left leg. Exhale, slowly coming down. And with your knees slightly bent, just come forward or up, vertebra by vertebra. Your shoulders up, back and down. Just a couple of circles, shoulder rolls here from the front to the back to the front. All right, so what I want to do with you guys is a sequence. It's a Qigong sequence, and they call it the golden seed. So I'm going to talk you through it, but it consists out of all sorts of movements to open up the whole body. So not only the upper or the lower, but everything. So you're going to stand a little bit wider. Just place your hands in front of you, your palms facing forward. And on an inhale, you take your hands up. So you engage your upper legs. Inhale, take your hands up, look past your thumbs to the ceiling. And on an exhale, we're going to sit. Bring your hands behind your head, sit a little bit deeper. And then exhale, press your palms out. Then come forward. And again, we're going to turn the right toes out. Keep the right hand on the floor. So we'll just do it step by step for the first moment. Inhale, take the left hand up. Exhale, switch hand and foot position. So the right toes turn back, the left toes turn out. Inhale, the right hand goes up and you feel this in your hamstrings. Really nice stretch. Exhale, take your hands down and like taking water out of the sea with your palms facing up. You inhale, come all the way up, and when you reach your shoulders, press your palms up the other way, all the way to the ceiling. Exhale, bend forward with straight legs, straight back. Bring your hands behind you. Maybe you interlace your fingers, open up that shoulder girdle. Relax your neck. Now sit deep. Inhale, take your hands up. And again, let's do it forward bend. Hands behind your head, maybe interlace or just stick your hands back and over your head. Then bring your hands down to the floor. And this time it's like pulling energy out of the earth. So your palms are facing down. And you inhale, keep the palms facing down. Inhale, inhale, all the way up. And on the next two, you guide your hands forward and down. Keep exhaling. So this is one round, and we're going to do a couple more so we really get into this motion. So are you ready for it? On an inhale, take your hands up from the side. On an exhale, sit deep, bring your hands behind your head, sit a little bit deeper than the first time and press your palms up, keep your chest open. Bend forward, right toes turn out, right hand stays on the floor. Inhale, left hand goes up. Exhale, gently come down and switch hand and foot position. Then inhale again, right hand goes up into that twist. Exhale, hands down to the floor and palms facing up, like pulling or taking water out of the sea. And when you reach your shoulders, turn your palms up the other way. So we're going to bend straight forward. Exhale, hands behind you, interlace or not, whatever feels good. Sit deep, inhale, take your hands up. And exhale again. Listen to the sound of your breath. Take your hands down to the floor, bend your knees slightly and pull the energy out of the earth with your palms facing down all the way up. Keep inhaling. And exhale, guide your hands forward and down. I'm going to do 2 more rounds, guys. Breathe in. Exhale, bend your knees, place your hands behind, press out, sit a little bit deeper. Exhale, bend forward. Right hand stays, right toes turn out. Inhale, left hand goes up. Exhale, gently come down, switch hand and foot. Inhale, right hand goes up. Maybe you feel that you're able to straighten your legs a little bit more. Exhale, bring your hands down and like taking water out of the sea. You slowly inhale, stand up, and when you reach your shoulders, turn your palms up the other way. Exhale, bend forward, straight legs, hands behind you, maybe interlace the fingers if you feel that it's a nice one. Sit deep, inhale, take your hands up, pull your navel in. Exhale again, bend forward, straighten your legs, hands behind you. Then your hands come to the floor, you bend your knees and palms down. You pull the energy on an inhale out of the earth. Come all the way up. And exhale, gently guide your hands forward and down. It's like pushing the energy down. 1 more round, inhale. So the breath is really calm. You exhale, come and sit at your deepest, push your palms out. Bend forward, turn your right toes out. Inhale, the left hand goes up. Exhale, come down. Switch hand and foot. Inhale, right hand goes up. Exhale, down. Palms facing up. You take the water out of the sea. Reach. Turn your palms up the other way when you reach your shoulders. And with straight legs, gently come forward. Hands behind you, over your head. Sit deep, inhale. And again, bend forward. Bring your hands down to the floor, palms facing down, and you inhale and keep inhaling. Don't go too fast. All the way up in the air. And on the exhale, you guide your hands down in front of you. Maybe bring your feet a little bit closer. Maybe close your eyes for a second. Breathing in and out through the nose, maybe out, exhale through the mouth. Just notice the temperature of your body right now. Notice your breath. You can open up your eyes again. And we're just going to do another Tai Chi or Qigong kind of movement, which we often do. It's really nice to just gently swing your arms from left to right. Tap your front and the back of your body around your stomach area and on the back around your kidneys. All right, slowly coming back. Now, if you want, you can come onto the floor, onto your hands and knees. And once you are there on your hands and knees, we're going to inhale, open up the chest, and exhale round the spine. It's a really nice one to create a bit more space in the upper body, especially when we sit in the same pose for a longer period of time. So you just spread your fingers wide, open up your chest, exhale round the spine, chin to the chest, push your shoulders back to the ceiling, coming back to a neutral spine. And we're going to add some balance postures into this practice. So make sure that your left knee is underneath your left hip. And then first of all, straighten the right leg. You can keep the right foot on the floor, but you just push that heel away from you and feel that stretch maybe in your calf muscle. And then gently take that leg up. The right leg is just in one line with the hip, with your shoulders. And you don't have to, if you lose balance, you stay with your hands on the floor, but otherwise, take your left hand forward. Pull your navel in slightly. Can you look forward? Can you find your balance? How is your breath right now? Exhale all together. On an inhale, take the left hand and the right foot a little bit further up. And on an exhale, make a fist of your left hand and bring the left elbow and the right knee towards or even past each other around the spine. Look at your navel, breathe out through your nose. Inhale, lengthen, reach your fingers forward, push your right foot back. Exhale. Let's do this a couple of times. So I've lost my balance just a second ago, but you just find it again and repeat. Breathe in and out. Otherwise, you do it with both hands on the floor. It's just as well an option. Exhale, I'll show you. Last couple of times, breathe in, either with your hands on the floor, exhale around the spine, or with your left hand forward. And slowly bring that right knee to the floor again. Let's go straight into the left side. Push that left heel away from you. Take that left foot up. Make sure that you find your balance. And take your right hand forward. Exhale. On an inhale, take the left foot and the right hand a little bit further up. On an exhale, make a fist of your right hand and bring that right elbow and left knee past each other. Hold it. Inhale, lengthen, reach your fingers forward. Exhale. Listen to the sound of your breath. Just repeat it. Just notice how we integrate a little pause on the top of our breath. Inhale, pause. And at the end of your breath, exhale, pause. 2 more times, guys. Breathe in and exhale. You're doing great. 1 more time. Breathe in, exhale. Bringing the knees to the floor, bring them a bit wider. And let's see whether we can just gently bring the hips or the buttocks towards the heels. And you just press yourself a little bit away from your hands and start to sway from the left to the right, giving a bit of a massage for the hip area. Maybe you can come even further forward. Now let's try not to relax too much. Stay on the fingertips. So nothing else touching the floor than your fingertips. You open up your chest, your heart area. And let's walk the hands a bit more to the left side, so that we also create a nice stretch for the right flank in this case. Breathing into the right side, maybe pressing the right hip a little bit further back whilst reaching the right hand a little bit further left forward. Relax here. Stay on your fingertips. I know that it is tempting to relax completely. Let's go to the other side as well. So you gently walk your hands towards the right, and by doing so we create a nice stretch on the left flank. Those intercostal muscles, we just try to breathe into the left side. And with every exhale, relax your face. Just listen to the sound of your breath again. Slowly coming back. So we're going to work a bit more on the lower back. We're going to create some compression. So I'd like you to straighten your legs, and either you stay here on your elbows and you just notice at one point what's going on in your lower back. For some of us, this is already more than enough. But if you are that kind of person that feels like, I want to go for a bit more intensity, let's see whether we can bring the hands somewhat at the height of our shoulders, but bring them a bit wider, turn your fingers out, press yourself up. And let's see whether we can open up the chest. You either look up to the ceiling, maybe you drop your head down and it gives another stretch for the neck. So now I'm feeling it in my neck, a nice stretch. I feel the compression in my lower back, which is a healthy one. If you have back pain or back issues, you have to be mindful about your version of this pose. So try not to please yourself or that part of yourself that is never satisfied, but just use your intuition. Don't go any further than feels good. Maybe you close your eyes for a second and you just notice your breath. And if it's already getting a bit too intense, so you can always come back to your elbows. And if you are on your elbows and you feel that you like to go a step further, you can come onto your hands. So either way is good. Last couple of breaths. Can you relax your buttocks here? Can you come a little bit further up? Breathe in one more time. And exhale. Slowly come down. Let's curl the toes, come onto the knees. And for a moment, I want you to decompress your lower back by bringing the knees together. Keep the feet together. And gently, so this is really something you can do slowly, because some of us maybe feel that it's quite intense to move from a compression to an extension. But once you're there with your hands next to your body, next to your feet, you can lower your head, rest your forehead on the floor even. Relax your jaws again. And just notice your breath. I always use the breath as an anchor point, something that you can go back to, return to, as it's a really helpful tool to stay here in the present moment. All right, if you want, you can try to curl your toes, and let's see whether we can come to a downward facing dog. It's a nice stretch. You may have to press your hands firmly down into the floor. I always like to spread my fingers so wide and claw the fingertips into the mat that there's no space underneath my hands. And then gently bring the buttocks up. Keep pressing away from the hands. Maybe walk your feet a little bit further back. Now this is maybe good enough for you, and you can start to walk the dog. So my feet are hip width at the same line. I'm just going to bend one knee and straighten the other leg, and vice versa. And whilst doing it, I'm just going to connect my breath with my movement, and I'm just going to in and exhale into these stretches. Now make sure that if you have troubles with keeping the spine straight, that you keep your knees slightly bent. Or maybe you like to sway your hips from the left to the right. Just look at your feet. Keep pressing the whole hand down into the floor. Now, if you keep your knees slightly bent, both of them, on an inhale, you come forward, round the spine, come all the way forward into a high plank. Push your heels back. Keep pressing your hands into the floor. Press yourself away from the mats. Push your heels back. Engage your upper leg muscles. Breathe in. And on an exhale, bring your knees to the floor. Bring your chest and chin down. And then gently start to straighten your legs. Inhale, open up your chest into a cobra. Exhale back to a child's pose. Slowly curl those toes again. Press back. Inhale, come on the tip of your toes. Keep looking at your feet. Exhale, bend your knees slightly. Now look at your hands and you can walk or jump forwards. And on an inhale, lengthen from the lower back. Keep your fingers on the floor or maybe press your hands into the shins. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, bend forward. So let's stay here for a little bit longer. This forward bend with the knees bent. Maybe you can move your head again to just make sure that there's no tension in your neck. Maybe you can keep your mouth slightly open, so that you're not clenching the jaws. Relax your lips, maybe even flutter them or like make a sound. Now bend your knees a little bit more, place your hands into the hips, chin on the chest, and then slowly, vertebra by vertebra, you roll up. Come back to the middle. And we're going to do a last energizing exercise. I've learned to do this when I was doing a coaching course, actually, where we do a lot of physical movements to stay focused and active. And it's actually like running on the spot. So we're going to do it in 5 seconds, and we're going to keep doing it for 20 to 30 seconds. So let's go for it, like 5, 4, 3, 2. It's like almost time to run, and go. And you keep on making these movements on the floor. Keep on making these movements. Keep on going. It's like trying to do the 100-meter sprint. Even faster, faster. Almost there. Keep on running. Keep on running for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and spread your legs. Inhale. And just throw it out. Bend forward. Inhale. Come up. Exhale. Just throw it out. One more time. Breathe in. And exhale. Slowly come up again. We have to calm ourselves down. Just standing here. Close your eyes. The heart rate is much higher right now. Give yourself a moment. Place your right hand on your heart. Place your left hand on your belly. Breathing into the nose, exhale through the mouth. Exhale. All right. I want to thank you for joining, guys. Give yourself a moment to calm down again, and we'll see each other next time. Namaste.